In the days following what the world has begun to call Carney's new energy deal, a strange, electric tension settles over both Washington and Ottawa, an uneasy crackle, like the moment right before a power grid blows. No one seems to know exactly what the deal contains, and the few who claim they do never say the same thing twice. Some insist it's a breakthrough treaty that could redraw energy routes across the continent. Others whisper it's something far more ambitious, something that could shift control of the continent's entire energy future overnight. And yet, no official statement has explained anything. Not fully. Not clearly. Not publicly. Only one thing is certain. Prime Minister Mark Carney signed something monumental. And President Donald Trump wants answers. But the answers aren't coming. From the moment Carney stepped onto the Parliament Hill podium and announced the new energy deal, every broadcast host, analyst, and diplomat expected immediate details. Instead, Carney offered only a soft smile, a brief assurance that Canada is stepping into a new era, and a promise that partners will understand the significance soon. No numbers. No documents. No explanation. And then, silence. Across the border, that silence grows impossible to ignore. In the White House Situation Room, Trump gathers advisors, pressing them with the same question he's asked for 3 days straight: what did Carney sign? But the replies never change. No one knows. The files sent to Washington arrive redacted, the kind of redactions that don't hide information but erase it entirely. And at this point, even Trump's closest aides suspect someone wants it that way. Rumors spread through diplomatic channels. Some say Carney's deal involves a new energy corridor cutting through the Northern Territories. Others say it's a secret alliance with unnamed partners overseas, partners who have stayed suspiciously quiet. A few whisper that Carney held private meetings in Alberta right before the announcement, but no guest logs were released, and the security footage from those days vanished into routine data maintenance. It all feels deliberate. Too deliberate. The energy markets react instantly. Prices shiver, fluctuate, then fall into a pattern analysts describe as anticipation wrapped in fear. American energy CEOs demand clarity, but Carney's office releases only a 2-sentence statement suggesting patience is strategic and that North America must be ready for rapid transitions. Transitions into what? No one says. As pressure builds, Trump orders his own investigation, deploying a special diplomatic oversight team to Ottawa. But something strange happens: each time they get close to an answer, the trail twists. One meeting is postponed. Another official suddenly becomes unavailable. A third claims not to recall ever being part of the planning process, despite emails indicating otherwise. Trump grows convinced the deal is hiding something bigger. Something that could sideline the United States if left unchecked. Meanwhile, in Canada, citizens begin noticing unusual activity across remote regions. Lights in the sky that don't match aircraft patterns. Unmarked convoys moving at night through regions normally left untouched. And at an isolated northern research station, one that was supposedly decommissioned, locals claim they've heard a low mechanical hum returning after years of silence. Carney's office denies all of it. Still, the sense of something shifting becomes impossible to ignore. And then, late one night, a video circulates online, grainy, distorted, seemingly filmed from behind a shipping container near a restricted zone. In the clip, several unidentified officials stand beside a large object covered by a reflective sheet. One man points at the sky, as if expecting something, or someone, to arrive. Before the clip ends, a voice whispers. Phase 1 is almost ready. Within hours, the video disappears from every platform. Reposts vanish. Accounts claiming to have copies suddenly deactivate. But people remember what they saw. And Washington takes notice. Trump demands an emergency call with Carney, but the Canadian Prime Minister delays, first by an hour, then another, then again. When the call finally happens, the feed crackles, interrupts, and cuts out twice. Trump pushes for clarity. Carney insists everything is under control. Neither leader gives ground. Neither reveals anything. After the call, Trump returns to the Oval Office silently, glancing at the windows as if expecting to see something moving in the darkness outside. Meanwhile, Carney hosts a closed-door cabinet meeting in Ottawa. No phones allowed. No recordings. What happens inside remains unknown, but witnesses report seeing aides leave with expressions caught somewhere between stunned and terrified. But just as the world braces for whatever is descending from the sky, another mystery erupts, this time far from the northern station. In New York, lights flicker across the entire eastern grid for exactly 14 seconds. Every sensor registers the same impossible signature, an energy pulse with no identifiable source, perfectly synchronized with the moment Carney raised his eyes skyward. Scientists insist it couldn't have come from Canada. Analysts swear the pulse wasn't transmitted through any known network. And inside the White House, an aide reports that an encrypted message appeared on a secure terminal, one that hadn't been used in over a decade. The message contains only 2 words. Phase 0. Trump orders the system locked down, but the message has already replicated itself across 4 government servers, appearing and disappearing like a heartbeat. No trace of who sent it. No trace of how. Carney refuses to comment. And now, diplomats whisper that the real truth might not be in the North at all, but buried somewhere deep in America, something awakened, not created, by the new energy deal. By now, the public begins demanding answers. Energy groups warn of disruptions. Scientists claim to have detected unusual electromagnetic patterns in the far north. And a former Canadian official, speaking anonymously, suggests that whatever Carney is building isn't an energy project in the traditional sense. But before reporters can follow up, the former official retracts every statement and disappears from public view. Then, without warning, Carney issues a new announcement. A date. A location. A promise that the first phase of the new energy deal will soon be unveiled to the world. No one knows what Phase 1 is. No one knows what Phase 2 might hold. And no one knows why Trump requested immediate clearance to visit the site before the public unveiling. But one thing is clear now. This deal isn't just about power grids or pipelines. Something deeper is unfolding. Something the public was never meant to see. As the date of the unveiling approaches, reporters flock to the northern site. Satellites begin capturing strange structural outlines in the snow, giant symmetrical shapes carved into the ground, connected by lines that seem too precise, too geometric, too intentional. Experts claim they resemble patterns used for energy amplification. Others insist they resemble something not found in any known energy program. And through all this, Carney remains calm. Focused. Unshaken. Trump, however, becomes increasingly vocal, telling advisers that the United States will not be left in the dark. Yet even he admits, in private, that he has no idea what he's walking into. The world holds its breath. The stage is set. And when the unveiling begins, the sky over the northern station dims, not from clouds, but from something else. Something blocking the light. Something vast. Reporters raise their cameras. Trump's motorcade halts. Carney steps forward, lifting his gaze with a quiet expression that suggests he's known this moment would come all along. Because the new energy deal was never just a deal. It was a signal. And now, the answer to that signal is arriving. Fade out.